Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Hearts. Last time we made our death-defying escape from Fengtian and ended up crashing our plane somewhere near Dalian, which is where we are now. We also cleared out all the items that we can get, save for the ones in this building. As soon as you approach this building, you initiate a cutscene, which triggers a bunch more cutscenes, and I hope you brought popcorn, because it's gonna take a while. Also leads to one of my least favorite scenes in the entire game. You will know why when we get there. Can only depend on this sea mother, huh? Kind of an odd name for somebody. Seems more like a description than a name, but what kind of curse are we talking about here? Looks like she's praying for the younger guy on the bed there. Well, that's the Yen Yen we learned about before, and of course Yen Yen's older brother does not get a name. Well, that's no good. Almost seems as if she's talking to a child. But I could understand it if, say, he was on death's door, but is he really on death's door? Maybe he is. Lily's curse, huh? By someone's hate. Now we talked to everybody. We haven't really learned much about it so far. Just bits and pieces. I'm gonna have to learn some more if we're gonna really grasp what's going on here. And with that, a character we've never met up until now has died. Sorry, I can't really feel all that bad because I just met these characters. It's not a big emotional scene for me. Spirits in the heavens, spirits in the heavens. Please be good to him. Oh, some kind of a prayer at the end. What is this Lily they keep talking about? Did you notice something in Alice? Seems this curse is tearing this village apart. One person at a time. Now, we saw the scene. Next thing we gotta do, in these tumultuous times, is go buy weapons. Now, you may remember from last time, I bought too many things. Is it this corner? Is it this corner? There it is. Hey. Some of these items can be difficult to find in the game because it's hard to get the icon to stay above your head. The Seal of Aura! I'm gonna be using that soon. Not yet, but soon. Now this boy is standing in the way. He's guarding the stairs and I can't get that treasure chest. I hate you. Why are you in my way? But yeah, the trigger to advance things is just to come down here and to talk to this guy. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to go into equipment and I'm going to show off the different weapons and armor that I'm going to be selling off screen so that I can have at least some amount of money going forward. But I want to at least show what we have here. Go. See, these ones look a lot cooler than, you know, the base level stuff. leather vest, pretty basic. Cotton shirt. I don't think that's going to do much for protection, to be honest, but sure. Eventually we will be replacing the bandana and the leather belt, so I might as well show these off now since we're in the menu anyway. By the hands of 100 virgins, huh? Okay, if you say so. It's a bandana. Chivalrous bandit, huh? Interesting. Let's take a look at some of these other items. I don't remember exactly which ones I want to sell off the top of my head. Resistance to poison. Oh, no. Resistance to paralysis. Spikes I will be selling because knockback really doesn't matter. Yeah. That looks somewhat decent. Personally, I was always a big fan of the sapphire brooch, or brooch, however you pronounce that. But not because of, you know, anything, you know, related to actually using said item, but just because I like the name better. And if you don't know which game I'm talking about, that's an item, a storyline item from Chrono Cross. There we go, the voodoo doll, the jade lariat. Undefeated gambler Bronco Billy, huh? Okay. Let's think all the items there. Oh, pedometer. Can't do without one. And yeah, sure, I guess we'll show off the female armor as well. Plain shirt. And let's see here. Pretty basic. I'm not going to go into great detail. If you want to read what's on the thing there, you can pause it, but nope, not going that fast. See, this is why I want to check all the items, because in my test run I didn't until later on in the game, and I didn't find all of these little status effects. This gun can inflict confusion. Oh, nope. And this one cannot do pretty much anything. It's just a weapon. So it's interesting to kind of see that. There's a lot of hidden status like protection and infliction that you can find on weapons and armor that you wouldn't necessarily know about unless you actually checked in here, because I don't think it says anywhere, you know, when you equip it that it has anything on there. Oh, this one actually does, but I never actually looked down there, to be quite honest, at the bottom of the screen there. Go figure. I just see new weapon and, oh, gives me more damage? Sure, we'll go with that. Then we're going to go in here. I'm going to sell some stuff. I'm also not going to show what you can buy. Okay, so I sold my excess stuff. I'm not going to show that on screen there. There's nothing really that we need to buy, so don't worry about that. Here we get a tent. We couldn't come in here before going downstairs because they wouldn't let us in the room out of respect for Yin Yan's brother. We don't need to rest right now. We're good for the moment. You may be familiar with this song by now. Yes, it is in this game. Now, we have nighttime. What else do we have? Oh, right, we were told. The sun goes down. We better be inside. And it doesn't matter if you rest in the inn or not. It's still dark when we get outside. That is a creepy portrait. Very creepy. Oh. So this is the quote-unquote ghost. Okay, people, doesn't seem to matter where we go. Children, demons, old men, now ghosts, they all seem to be, something's pretty about Alice. I don't think she wanted to go through this looking glass, to be quite honest. I think she wants to go home. Maybe she should click her heels together. Maybe that's a different movie. Yeah, that seems like an evil spirit. I thought I smelled a monster. Still, completely nonchalant about the whole situation. Let's see what you got. Let's fight. Oh? Oh. Alice. What the hell? That's the curse, is it? And there's nothing we can do, huh? The same agony you tasted. Something's going on here. And you pissed off Yuri. He's supposed to protect her. Remember, the crazy voice in his head told him to. Goddamn all these demons to hell. And ghosts. That works too. Well, there's Sea Mother again. Yeah, we did indeed. Things did not go very well. You think they would take us from, you know, such a dark scene, you know, one of our characters has fallen ill to this curse and they might die. You think they would go from that to something that would remain serious. Something that's not unintentionally completely ridiculous and sad and hilarious at the same time. But they do. You'll see. You'll see. Don't you worry. And yeah, Yuri decides that mother is too long of a word to say, so it's now Sea Mama because it's Yuri. I guess it's part of kind of his speech pattern as someone who's kind of a mercenary and kind of a little bit of a thug and kind of like that. I guess that's what they're going for. It just comes across weird in this particular case. Called upon a warlock more powerful than I. Should arrive soon. Not soon enough. Oh? And how do you know that? Well, that's what we're guessing. Yeah, what about Lily? Who is this Lily? Why did she turn into a ghost? Good questions. Well, it's the only thing that would make us invested in what's going on. So yeah, I think we're, you know, curious enough. Why are you laughing? Are you someone evil in disguise again? We seem to have seen that already once before. Yes, it will be.
Consequences will be dire.
Go on.
That's it. What the hell do you see in him?
Her fate was cursed 15 years ago. There's that number again. Sudden tornado sank many ships. Now that I think about it, that might actually reference Koudelka. There's a point in that game where someone talks about a ship. In fact, it was in the video that I did, Part 0. One of the characters that was in Koudelka was, I think, a captain on one of the ships that sank. I didn't clue into that reference until just now. Awesome! I like it! Because 15 years ago is when Koudelka took place. Very nice game. Only blood relative. Stood on the docks, praying fervently for his homecoming. I will do anything, huh? A massive bolt of lightning struck the water. Well, we saw a massive bolt of lightning struck Alice. They took away her voice. Well, that's one thing to give up to bring your father home. Her voice became switched with her father's. Well, that's off-putting. Father now spoke in Lily's sweet dulcet? Oh god, I'm never gonna learn all these words. Never spoke again. That year, a traveling theatrical troupe visited. Such bad timing. Oh, well, that ain't gonna happen. That's one hell of a decision. I'm gonna shut up. Enjoy it. It's horrible.
Yes, I understand. I'll make this short. Okay. By the mercy of the blue dragon. No, it may have been a curse. Lily's pretty voice was switched with her father's gruff voice. And the only way to get her own beautiful voice back was for her to kill her father. Having fallen in love with an actor in a traveling troupe, Lily took my ceremonial dagger to kill her father. That's where we left off, correct? That's right. Give me the sharpest knife so that my father won't suffer for too long. Horrible, isn't it?
Bad voice acting.
Just thinking about it gives me the shivers. I still remember the horror. Lily's pretty lips spoke those horrible words in the gruff voice of an old fisherman. She didn't kill her father right away, though. She couldn't. Every night, she would go to her father's bedroom and stand beside his bed. She would lay the dagger on her father's bearded throat. But still, she couldn't commit the final act. She would just stand there in silence for a while. Then she would leave the room with tears in her eyes. Every night, the same routine. But actually, her father was not asleep. He was ready to die if it meant that his daughter would have her beautiful voice back. The daughter, standing at her father's bedside. The father, pretending to be asleep while his daughter places a dagger to his throat. My heart aches every time I picture the scene. And finally, the troupe was ready to move out of the fishing village the next day. Lily made up her mind and entered her father's bedroom again. But the bedroom was empty. Her father knew she'd leave the village with the theater troupe, so he thought, I'll send her off with a little something. And he had gone out to sea in search of some fish you could catch only on the night of new moon. But irony of ironies, that very night, a storm rolled in, and the seas raged wildly. The next day, the sun reappeared and rose high overhead, but there was still no sign of Lily's father. It was just like that night some while ago. Then, as the sun was going down again, the debris of a fishing boat washed ashore from the crimson-red ocean. Everyone knew her father was dead. Lily cried and cried in despair. Now neither her voice nor her father would ever return. Her cries echoed all over the village, cries like a wounded beast. Oh! 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 Oh!
It wasn't so bad until now, was it?
The young man from the theater troupe went to Lily's house to console her, but she would not let him in. Of course, he never knew that the hideous cries coming from the other side of the wall were Lily's own. Late that evening, after the sun went down, the cries came again. Oh! 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 Lily's voice had grown hoarse from her endless wailing, making it sound even more fearsome. But then, another very strange sound joined in. Slurp, slurp, splat. Slurp, slurp, splat. It was like a wet, sloppy piece of meat slithering across the ground. The sound was coming from the harbor, and it was getting closer and closer. Slurp, 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 splat. And then the gulls started to screech too, perhaps because they wanted that meat. Sloop, swish, sloop, sloop, splat, sloop. Splat. The sound stopped right in front of Lily's house. Soon the door began to open.
See, Mother! See, Mother!
I had to deal with that, so do you. That is some of the worst. Oh my god. That is so funny now. The first time I played the game, you know, in my test run, because I don't remember much from my actual first attempt over a decade ago, I was just like, oh my god, shut up, this is ridiculous. This time, I cut it out, but I'm sitting here laughing my ass off at how ridiculous this is. Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway, okay, let's get back to the game. The Cowardly Chen, or Chen, I'm gonna guess it's Chen. See, Mother, the adept is here. Better not be some kind of quack. Barging and flailing about. What a rude guy. Have we met before? No, not at all. Oh! Well, Margaret should be pleased. She seems to like being the center of attention, after all. She seems pleased. Ah, damn it, it was a quack. Yeah, this is why I cut out the weapons, the weapon shop there, the weapon and armor shop, because it shows a weapon for Zhu Zhen, and that would have spoiled it, so I just cut it out. I bought the weapon for him on a discount. I sold just enough equipment to buy a piece of armor for him and a weapon for him. Because we're down a character at this point. Which means we need a new one. The Quack Oracle is back! Yay! Yuri, you're awesome. And Cowardly Chen's out the door. Long time no see. Yeah, we haven't seen you for a dungeon and a town. Good to see you again, Zhu Zhen. Someone from the railroad company? From a certain large country. I'm not sure. I've heard someone say that it's France. But I can't remember if that's ever acknowledged in-game what country she's actually from. Another shady-looking old fellow. Yeah, pretty much. We've been expecting you. Some idiot blew up the railway depot and the trains aren't right. Oopsies! Love it. Never mind, I didn't do anything at all. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be not laughing our asses off at random stupid things, you know, because Alice is in trouble. Oh? Got a cure, do you? That's a lot before you ask for help. Man pulling the strings. Him. Who was it last time? De Huai. Is that who you're talking about? Bacon? Yeah, why did Lily come back? You have a pretty good idea, huh? Ah. She's at least conscious, that's a good thing. Stick it out a little longer. Your demon eyes are doing a lot of work these days, even though you're lying on the floor. Do you now? Gonna share that information? All over by tomorrow morning. Of course you're gonna help. First task is to get rid of the ghosts. Of course. Yeah, we gotta do everything we can to save poor Alice. Now, you notice how Margaret was kind of with us for the escape, and we've jumped straight into a quest where, you know, she's kind of got to help us out to save someone who was kind of involved in the whole thing. She hasn't really had a reason to leave yet. One of the things I do like about the game is even if characters don't necessarily have a reason to stick around beyond, you know, their own little quests, they usually do something in order to make it, you know, make sense that, oh, well, we should stick around for this reason, that reason, you know, gotta help you out, other reasons that will show up later. But just kind of keep that in mind. There's usually reasons for characters to stick around beyond their own quests. Somewhere down by the water. We need to destroy that spot. So Sea Mother's gonna look after the girl, and we've got Zhu Zhen back. And I forgot we went straight into this scene. These three are in the port of Dalian. Oh. Cowardly Chen. Well, you went and gave all the information to the Japanese military. Lovely. That's what they said. Ah. Beast? What beast is caught in a trap? Proceed with caution, huh? You're going to do this yourself. You may go. So he's an informant. Gotcha. I wouldn't be betraying the military that you're informing for. Sounds like a good way to get yourself killed. Already forgotten the whole thing. Is there a reason we're watching you pace, or are you just thinking? Somebody
told me the world is gonna roll me.
Oh, we have somebody new. Sergeant Kato. My expertise is... We don't have time for this. Oh, okay. Dispose of the man who left the room. Make it look like a traffic accident. Yeah, he's not getting very far anyway. Get a boat ready. Oh, you've just met this guy and he's going with you? It's interesting. We leave now, so get whatever you can and let's go. Well, that's something, all right. Interesting. With that said, let's take a look. Yeah, you can see I'm completely out of money now. I sold, like I said, the excess stuff. Extra weapons, extra armor for both of them. I didn't sell the Type 94. You can buy basically the same types of stuff. Here's the new item. Here's the old one, which I'll be selling off screen at some point. And the new one, which is just a better staff. So we might as well equip that and equip the leather vest. Now, I unequipped... oh, geez, Alice, from all the stuff that she had, make sure she does not have the pedometer, because the pedometer must be equipped by somebody in your active party, and we want to gain as many steps as possible. The brigand earrings can stay on her. Now, I don't have 100% proof that it works in this particular instance. All I know is that later on, when we split parties, we were able to have brigand earrings equipped on the characters that aren't in our active party, and we will still get the effects of them. So I'm just assuming that it works in this case too. So let's give you some stuff. We can give you the Jade Lariat. I think I misspoke, or I misremembered before, and I said that this only affects physical attacks. That's not true. It also affects magical attacks, and I would suspect it also affects items too, but it's hard to tell because the item area on the Judgment Ring is a little small to begin with. So I'll give that to you, and... what else? You can have the Star Brooch, I guess. And you might as well have somebody be protected against paralysis, because enemies around here can use that, I believe. And yeah, that's probably good enough there. If you have any extra money left over, you can use it to buy some other stuff. So I'll like sell this. But yeah, you can sell some of this stuff, and then you can hopefully afford, you know, something that might improve your attack power or something like that. Or defense power, either or. I'm actually going to keep the spikes. I thought I was going to sell them, but I'm going to keep them just for a little while longer, just in case I need them for one situation or other. The voodoo doll I will keep for a short amount of time, see if I need it. And then if you want, you can buy a casual belt, or a leather cap, or whatever you want to do. I'm going to buy a Leather cap, I think, would probably be the better of the two for now. So we'll buy one of those, and I think I'll give that to Zhu Zhen there, just because I didn't have anything particularly good for him. I don't like the star brooch all that much, so we'll give him that. There we go. I'll pick up some other things later, but I just wanted to do that for now. I'll look after the girl. Okay. Now, first things first, go over here. There is one new item available once it becomes night. Is it over here? Ah, there it is. And that is the Red Phoenix Talon. There is a point over there where we're supposed to go, but I don't want to do that quite yet. In fact, what I want to do first is I want to fight some enemies around here. Unfortunately, this guy's going to interrupt me a bunch. I'm going to do most of the fighting that I want to do off screen. There are 2 enemies you can encounter around here, and I would like to show them off. Let's go into item here. We got a new item, the Red Phoenix Talon. Let's see here. Attack power doubles, but the ring speed sweep speeds are also doubled. So basically, you do double damage, but the ring goes twice as fast. It is very difficult to deal with the ring when it goes twice as fast. So you could use something like that in combination with something like this to get double the attack power at normal speed, and that's useful. Basically, for the most part, I'm going to avoid using abilities like that unless it's just going to speed up an otherwise long boss fight. It's unnecessary for random encounters, but in certain boss fights where I think it will take too long to fight them normally and it's not any more difficult to do the fight faster, I might use them. But for the most part, it's unnecessary. But anyway, one of the enemies that we can run into, we've already seen in the previous area. The other one is entirely new, so I would like to at least demonstrate that both battles exist. And thank you for not running into the same guy again. These are the guys we've already seen before. The Frog Gods. We have 3 of these. They're light elemental. If you want to make the upcoming boss fight a lot easier, then I would go out of your way to kill enough of these to get the light fusion. If you're not interested in doing that, then don't worry about it. I'm going to fight a few, probably not enough to get the full thing. Also, don't be shy about using these around here. We can always go to the inn and rest for only 100, nice, only 100 gold, or cash.
Yeah, I could use some help.
And then we'll be good to go again. Same thing with Zhu Zhen's Ogre Flame Dance. You can also use that. By the way, I haven't really talked about it, but yeah, so you look at 1,000 cash from that fight. We're basically getting 60% additional cash from this fight. So we're going to get a lot of money back really, really quickly. So you get Light Elemental from that. I'm going to do a few fights against the Light Elemental guys off screen. The other enemies you can run into around here are... Okay, finally. I'm surprised how long that took. I ran into like 5 battles before I found these guys. These are the other guys, Water Creepers. These guys, I do have an actual note about them. They have 55 HP. The previous Frog Gods still have 40 HP. You can one-shot them with either of your different magical attacks with Margaret and Zhu Zhen. The Water Creepers, the Japanese name for them is kind of based off of a Shinto spirit of the seashore. They have a kind of weird appearance, both in this game and based on the image I'm taking a look at here. They're kind of like, I don't know, lazy and then weird looking, like covered in seashells and stuff like that. Doesn't say what exactly they do, but these guys can cause ring abnormalities, so just kind of be aware of that. The Frog Gods, they can use paralysis, so having somebody at least protected against it would be a good thing. And there's not really much to fighting them. I wouldn't specifically go out of your way to fight these particular ones unless you haven't learned, these are wind elemental ones by the way, unless you haven't learned the wind summon yet, which I will be working on. Yeah, we'll just use that. Which I will be going after before we tackle the next boss. In fact, we'll start off the next episode going to the graveyard to get that. This episode is long enough. Don't need to do that today. She can't one-shot them, and I don't think Zhu Zhen could either. Just kind of be aware that they can use Tiny Ring on you. Now he's got a Tiny Ring. And he's down. Now the Tiny Ring, just so you can kind of see what it does, isn't really all that hard. It's just smaller. It's harder to get criticals or, you know, strike zones, but other than that, it's still easy to hit. It doesn't change the speed or anything like that. It just kind of looks weird. But yeah, even they drop 1,000 cash. So I've fought 4 battles since, you know, we've gotten these items, the Brigand Earrings. And I've already got over 4,000 cash. You can see how effective this is going to be. In fact, I may even be able to afford another one before we leave the village. Yeah, actually, I might get that. I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, as you can see here, graveyard, we have the wind one glowing, which means we can actually go to the graveyard and get it. And that's what we'll start off the next episode doing. I will also fight a couple more battles against the light elemental guys. I might get up to learning it. I might not. It kind of depends. If you want to have the next boss fight be easier, then level up the light one. If you have at least the wind one, you'll be fine. Even without that, you know, just using, say, the darkness one, that'll be great. It'll still work fine for you. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today, and I'll see you guys next time.